Writing a strong introduction section is one of the most critical parts of a research paper, yet it's where many researchers struggle the most. A weak introduction can make even a good study look unimportant, while a strong introduction can immediately capture the attention of editors and reviewers. So the question is, what actually makes an introduction strong? The answer is simple: clarity, structure, and purpose. Your introduction is not just background information. It is a carefully designed pathway that leads the reader from a broad topic to your specific research question. If you think of your paper as a story, the introduction is where you set the scene and convince the reader that your study truly matters. The first step in writing a strong introduction is to start broad but relevant. Begin by introducing the general topic and why it is important. This is where you provide context. What is the bigger issue your research is connected to? For example, if your study is about soil water retention, you might start by discussing the importance of soil physical quality in sustainable agriculture and climate resilience. But be careful, don't turn this into a textbook. Keep it focused and directly related to your study. Every sentence should have a purpose. Once you establish the broader context, the next step is narrowing down to what has already been done. This is where you briefly review key literature. But again, this is not a full literature review. You are not listing studies, you are building an argument. Highlight the most relevant findings from previous research and show what we currently know. At the same time, subtly point out inconsistencies, limitations, or gaps. Maybe previous studies focused only on short-term effects, or maybe they ignored certain variables. This transition is very important because it leads directly to your research gap. Now comes the most powerful part of your introduction, the research gap. This is where you clearly state what is missing in the existing body of knowledge. A strong paper always answers the question, why does this study need to be done? If the gap is weak or unclear, reviewers will question the novelty of your work. So be specific. Instead of saying few studies have been done, explain exactly what has not been explored. For example, the long-term effects of organic amendments on soil pore size distribution under no-till systems remain insufficiently understood. This level of precision makes your study meaningful. After identifying the gap, you move to your objective or research question. This should be stated clearly and directly. Avoid vague statements. Tell the reader exactly what your study aims to investigate. If applicable, include your hypothesis as well. This is the point where your introduction transitions from background to your specific contribution. A well-written objective acts like a promise. You are telling the reader what they can expect from the rest of the paper. Some high-impact introductions also briefly mention the significance or implications of the study. Why does your research matter beyond academia? Does it contribute to sustainable agriculture, environmental management, or policy development? Including this helps position your work in a broader context and increases its perceived impact. Finally, structure and flow are everything. A strong introduction usually follows a logical progression: broad context, current knowledge, gap, and objective. Each paragraph should smoothly connect to the next. Avoid jumping between ideas, and most importantly, keep it concise. A strong introduction is not necessarily long. It is precise and purposeful. And here's a practical tip that many experienced researchers follow. Don't write your introduction first. Write it after completing your results and discussion. By then, you have a much clearer understanding of your study, and your introduction will naturally become stronger and more focused. At the end of the day, a strong introduction does one thing exceptionally well. It convinces the reader that your research is necessary, relevant, and worth reading. If you can achieve that, you've already passed one of the biggest hurdles in academic publishing.